The future of work looks a lot different than what we might have expected a few years ago. The truth is, we've got a lot of work to do to create workplaces that actually support our teams. If you've already watched videos 2 and 3 in this series, then you know that we've got a leadership gap and a gender gap to contend with. And if you haven't seen those videos yet, go check them out. I've included links to both down below in the description. So you want to create a sustainable work culture for your team. You want to build them up instead of burning them out. What's the magic formula to make this possible? In this video, I'm sharing the 3 key ingredients for a sustainable workplace culture that will give you huge returns on employee engagement and burnout prevention. Those 3 ingredients are workload, rewards, and autonomy. Hey there, I'm Anna from Clockwise, your time management coach here with the best tools and tricks to help you make time for what matters during your busy workday. At Clockwise, we wanted to understand what it takes to create a sustainable workplace culture. So we asked more than 1,000 knowledge workers from across the US how their workplace culture impacts their profitability, innovation, retention, and more. After digging through the data, we compiled all of the best light bulb moments into this report. Happy and productive, the real ROI of a sustainable work culture. You can grab a copy of the report for free, and I've included a link down below in the description. When it comes to the qualities of a sustainable work culture, first, you've got to watch the workload. Here are 3 keys to setting workload expectations. First, set workload expectations collaboratively and transparency. Make your team a part of the process instead of just handing out orders. Second, encourage a healthy work-life balance. This seems like a no-brainer, but it's easier said than done. Don't try to increase your productivity just by working longer hours. That's like skipping an oil change just to save 30 minutes. Eventually, you'll have to spend a whole lot more than just 30 minutes repairing the damage. Work-life balance increases employee engagement and it improves our focus, creativity, mental acuity, and working memory. As a manager, you can start modeling this by setting healthy boundaries and taking time off to recharge. Use those PTO days. If you're not a manager, give yourself a work cutoff time each day so you're not tempted to work longer hours. And be sure to schedule breaks for yourself throughout the day so you can recharge and stay energized. Final tips regarding workload: allow your team to choose when and where they work. Our research shows that people are happiest and most productive when they're working from home. 80% of fully or mostly remote workers said that their workplace culture was sustainable. That's huge. Plus, remote work widens your talent pool and lowers your costs. That's why companies like Twitter, Adobe, LinkedIn, and Clockwise have allowed their remote employees to stay remote for as long as they want. Now that we've talked about workload, let's talk about rewards. It's time to give praise and opportunities. Usually when we hear rewards, we think raises and bonuses. But turns out a little recognition can go a long way. In fact, team members whose managers praise them for their hard work are more productive, more engaged, and less likely to quit. Unsurprisingly, low recognition is tied to unsustainable work cultures. More than half of those in unsustainable work cultures don't feel seen for their work. Positive comments from others enhances our ability to collaborate, communicate, and trust others. It even lowers our blood pressure. The most effective recognition is honest, authentic, and individualized to how each employee wants to be recognized. Okay, workload, rewards. Now let's talk autonomy. Let your team decide. This looks like a team that's empowered to choose their own tools, their projects, and how they spend their time. Turns out many workers don't have the authority to choose what tools they use day in and day out to do their jobs. This can lead to duct taping different solutions together or using tools that just aren't a good fit. This can lead to frustration, which can lead to turnover. And at that point, isn't it just worth it to invest in the tools your team actually wants to use? In sustainable work cultures, 79% agreed that they're empowered to take risks, make decisions, and learn from their mistakes. Even though the easy route is to make the decision and give the directive, the best managers include their team in the decision-making process. Sure, it might require you to increase your risk tolerance just a little bit, but a few mistakes are going to be much less expensive over time than replacing burned out employees. Unfortunately, most people struggle to find time to focus in their day. And according to Vox, the biggest sources of distraction are meetings and email. Workload, rewards, and autonomy. Set clear expectations, praise your team, and let them be a part of the decision-making process. These are 3 non-negotiable ingredients for a more sustainable workplace culture. Now that you know the recipe, how can you zero in on where your team stands or how far you've come since implementing these 3 power moves? The first step to improving your company culture is to measure it. In the 5th and final video in this series, I'll be sharing exactly how you can measure your workplace culture so you can create a sustainable work environment that attracts and keeps top talent. Be sure to click the subscribe button so you don't miss it. I'll see you there.